Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some mono blue Metallurgic Rise in standard. Aye, we got a mulligan. Oh, the double Jace hand. Oh, well, if this is a slow matchup, this could be fine. I guess we keep the island to get to Jace. We are on the play, which helps. 2 Jaces, not necessarily great, but we'll see. Highland Lake for our opponent, tapped. Island Goo. Still have mismatches. Opponent has Glintness Crane. Oy. Probably a Colossus deck, I would guess. Gonna be hard to Engulf the Shore Metalwork Colossus. Only need 10 islands. There's a Colossus off the crane. Opponent passes. Grip of the Royal, on the other hand, can stop a Colossus. Pass the turn. Sanctum of Ugin, so that means multiple Colossuses, and Herald of Kozilek. Okay, can't do anything about it. Opponent gets in 4-1. See what we can draw here. Pieces, well, let's do that. Pieces of the puzzle. Engulf the Shore, part the Water Veil. Play an island, pass the turn. We can bounce this stuff with Engulf the Shore, which isn't horrible. There's Hedron Archive. And Prophetic Prism. Oh, Lord. Our opponent's getting close to Colossus time. Plays an island. Glintness Crane goes digging. Gets a Cultivator's Caravan. Well, Colossus is coming down next turn. Opponent attacks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could bounce this thing. Yeah, let's do that. Select for inspection, bounce Herald, negate. I want to land, but this lets us stop Cultivator's Caravan, which might stop Colossus for a turn. Yeah, let's put it to the bottom. See if we can find a land. So we take one, untap, land. Oh, second part, the Water Veil, is not what we were hoping for. It's good if we get to the long game, but we're not super close to that. There's Herald of Kozilek. There's, oh god, another Hedron Archive. Well, I should... Cultivator's Caravan, here comes the Colossuses. Yeah, missing on those lands is going to be devastating. Prism, draws a card. Colossus, sacks Sanctum. Gets another Colossus. Alright, goes to combat. Not going to cast the Colossus? Why would you not? Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 15, 16, 17. I want to scour to get lands, but if we do, we very well could die. But I don't think we win if we don't. I mean, our opponent just plays a Colossus, fires up Caravan, and we're dead. Yeah, so I guess we just gotta pass. This still isn't good, though. I mean, we're still pretty dead. It's a pretty good draw from the Colossus deck. Plays a land. Plays Saheeli Rai. Okay. I don't think that card's very good. Yeah, you get to copy your Colossus, which means we're gonna die. But that doesn't change my opinion that Saheeli Rai is very bad. Just because it was good in that one situation. Well, we get a Ceremonious Rejection. Get another Crush of Tentacles. Engulf the Shore just doesn't seem very good. Having Engulf the Shore be bad is pretty sketchy for us. Invasive Surgery gets sorceries. Rebuff is horrible. Thing in the Ice. I guess Summary Dismissal can get things. So maybe we play like a control deck? Ay. I mean, that might be our best bet in this matchup. Go down all the Engulf the Shores? I just don't think Engulf the Shore can work. And just try to counter our way through this. We got to make one more cut. Hopefully Scour will be 4. Might just have to be Rise from the Tides. Let's try it like this. Yikes! This feels like a hard matchup. So we're on the play. We will once again mulligan. We've also been getting bad... we had a bad hand in the first game. Alright, we'll keep this. summary dismissal to the bottom for now. We need to hit lands and card draw. And then more counters after we have lands. So island, goo. Highland Lake for our opponent. So island, goo. Island for our opponent, and passes. Well, we got a land and some card draw. We're still working towards some payoffs. Yes. No deal on Cultivator's Caravan. Can't let that resolve. That's so much mana towards a Colossus. Herald of Kozilek. That's not too scary. Come on, land. Alright, there's a land. Let's pieces of the puzzle. Get Anticipate and Crush, I think. Pass the turn. Hope nothing disastrous happens this turn. Up to 3 card types in our graveyard. What do we have? Instant, sorcery, land. Another Herald. And then Hedron Archive. Yikes. Opponent passes. Well, let's anticipate. Hopefully get a land. Oh, pieces is so good. But I think we got to take the land here. Land gives us a bunch of options. Play a land, pass the turn. So now we get to leave up Torrential Gear Hulk, Scatter with Awaken, and Scour the Laboratory. Opponent plays an island, down to 3 cards in hand. Hopefully we just get to fire off Scour, but it's nice to have protection just in case. Opponent passes, so let's Scour the Laboratory. Is our opponent going to fight over this? I mean, counter it, I guess. There's no real fight since we're tapped out. If they want to counter it, they can. But that means they won't have a counter for something else. Opponent lets it go. Ooh, that's Metallurgic Summonings and a Jace. Well, let's just play an island, pass the turn. Next turn, hopefully, we can get down Summonings. We also have the ability to Torrential Gear Hulk for Scour, which isn't bad. Ooh, interesting. Opponent's going to Paradoxical Outcome. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that means our opponent gets to refill their hand, but it also means they're going to have to spend their next turn just replaying their stuff, which isn't that scary. So opponent's up to 9 cards in hand. Plays a Mountain. Plays a Herald. Plays a Herald. Sure. And passes. Well, let's Torrential Gear Hulk. Flashback, Scour. Draw 3 more. Anticipate, land, etc. Ooh, and a summary dismissal. The question is just how long can we wait? Well, let's attack with Torrential Gear Hulk. Play an island. We have 9 cards in hand. We can leave up multiple counters. Yeah, let's just do that. So pass the turn, discard pieces of the puzzle, discard Jace. Hopefully next turn will be our big turn. Alright, Glassblower's Puzzle Knot for our opponent. Gets to do some scrying. Hedron Archive. Alright, that's counter number 1. So counter Hedron Archive. Plays a land. Goes to combat. Is our opponent not going to do anything? Yeah, alright. Well, let's anticipate. Grab negate. Get in with Torrential Gear Hulk. Put our opponent to 10. Play an island. Pass the turn. So we're not really playing the things that we want to play, but seems like we're in good shape if we can play the control role here with our counters until we have to change paths. Metalwork Colossus. So let's just summary dismissal. Counter the ability to get another Colossus and exile the Colossus. Opponent passes. Well, let's get in with Torrential Gear Hulk. Put our opponent down to 5. Play an island. Cast Part the Water Veil. No Awaken, so we can leave up negate. It resolves. Get another turn. Select for inspection. Alright, so let's get in with our Torrential Gear Hulk. Opponent blocks. And let's just pass. We can actually select for inspection our own Gear Hulk, which is a kind of sweet combo to recast something. So we're back to having 2 counters available. Negate, select for inspection our Gear Hulk, cast another counter. There's another Colossus, so let's select for inspection our Gear Hulk, and that does it! Whoo! Our opponent saw it coming. We were just going to flashback summary dismissal, exile another Colossus, counter the Sanctum, and then we were in pretty good shape. We didn't technically have the win because our opponent could chump one more turn, but we were still in good shape. So that worked much better with that counter-heavy sideboard plan. Alright, time for game 3 against a Metalwork Colossus deck of some kind. Highland Lake for our opponent. This hand is reasonable. Island, go. Go Witness Crane for our opponent. Goes digging. Gets a Prophetic Prism. Well, Island, go. I don't think we can counter Prophetic Prism. There's a Sanctum. Herald of Kozilek. Well, we can't counter that either. Opponent gets in for 1. Oh, alright, pass the turn. I want to be casting things, but I don't think we can yet. There's the Prism. Draws our opponent a card. Not going to negate that. We got to negate a Hedron Archive or Cultivator's Caravan. Those are the 2 big ones that produce so much mana towards Colossus. I guess we also counter Saheeli Rai. I don't think Saheeli Rai is very good, but probably good enough that we should counter it. Opponent gets in for 1. Not attacking with Herald. I guess they're afraid we're going to select for inspection. Alright, Island, go. Leave up negate. Next turn we can pieces of the puzzle and still leave up negate, potentially. Tap land for our opponent. Gets in for 1. And passes. Another island's good. So, 1, 2, 3. Pieces of the puzzle. Opponent very well could have counters in hand. They're going to Paradoxical Outcome. Well, this is risky, but I think it's worth the risk. Counter the outcome. Pieces of the puzzle. Gets us... What do we have? 2 instants, a sorcery. So we're going to turn on Delirium. Not that that really matters. I think we get Select for Inspection and Ceremonious Rejection. Mostly because our 1-mana spells help us Crush of Tentacles, which is kind of our big payoff here. It's kind of our get-out-of-jail-free card. If our opponent plays a bunch of stuff here, even Colossuses, as long as they don't have a counter, we can Select for Inspection, hopefully, as long as something's tapped. But select for inspection something, and then follow that up by Crush with Surge, get the 8/8. Opponent attacks with both. Puts us down to 14. Plays another Herald, and passes. Well, we select for inspection the Herald, Island to the bottom, Surge, Crush of Tentacles, bounce everything, get the 8/8, pass the turn. And now we're kind of set up to just go in with the 8/8, I guess. Opponent plays the Crane. We could start playing Ceremonious Rejections. Or Part the Water Veils, rather. Leaving up Ceremonious Rejection. I don't know if that wins us the game. 2 extra attack steps. Opponent gets a Hedron Archive. I guess we'll see what our opponent does. Goes with Hedron Archive. Well, if they don't have another creature, we might go with that plan. Goes with Prophetic Prism. Alright. Well, we might just try it then. We get 2 extra turns. We draw an island. So play the island. Attack with our 8/8. Opponent drops to 12. Cast Part the Water Veil. Get an extra turn. Ooh, there's a Jace too. So let's attack with our Octopus. If our opponent doesn't block, I think this means we win. Wow, the combo's going to work. Play the land. cast part the Water Veil, because now we can just Jace bounce Glint Nest and win on our third extra turn. Play the land, play a Jace, bounce Glint Nest Grain, and that does it! Wow! Combo! The combo kill from Mono Blue Metallurgic Rise. That was pretty sweet.